Hi everyone, my name is Carly Glansman. I've been teaching elementary phys ed since 2005. Today I'm sharing a game called Sink the Ship. I've been playing this game for at least 10 to 12 years, and I believe I originally found this game on pecentral.com. I would say this is the greatest game of all time. It is definitely one of my students' favorite games. These are the learning targets. I can throw, roll, and catch the ball. I can play defense, and I can follow the rules. My students have already had several lessons this year on overhand throw, underhand throw, rolling the ball, catching the ball, and defense. So in this game, it's a great way to practice all of these skills in one big game. And success criteria, there's many ways to be successful in this game. Students can knock down a pin, they can catch a ball, block a ball, help their teammates, and that's just to name a few. So, as I mentioned, we have already practiced these skills. We've done other games that also incorporate these skills. So, we do a quick review before we play the game. We do just a 3 to 4 minute skills practice where we're going through the motions using proper form for all of these skills. The students can also assess themselves at the end of the game to see how they did. This is also a great game for teachers to have the opportunity to observe these skills during gameplay, and you can make notes on your assessments for each of your students. So in this game, we pretend that the gym floor is the ocean water, and we have ships in the water. So you can set up this game in many different ways. I usually have classes of about 25 students. So I usually will set up 4 ships, but I've also done 6 ships. I have also done just 2 giant ships where I will combine the mats to make 2 teams. So it's up to you how you want to divide up, but the bowling pins are what keep the ships floating, and the scooters are called the lifeboats in this game. So the scooters are the lifeboats, and this is a great way for each team to practice taking turns and practice cooperating. So they're just going to take turns as they want turns on the scooters. In this game, the teams are trying to sink the other team's ships by knocking down their bowling pins. And I'm going to go through and talk about how I teach this game for my pre-kindergarten through second graders. We do a non-competitive game, and then my third through fifth graders do a competitive game. So my pre-K through second graders always stand their pins up right away if they get knocked down, so they keep their ships floating throughout the whole game. With my third through fifth grade students, we do our competitive game where if a pin is knocked down, they leave it down, but I'll get to more details on that in a minute. So they're practicing throwing, and we are aiming at the bowling pins. So this is a good example of T position. You can step off of your ship with 1 foot. That is okay, but you have to stay on your ship. Students may also roll the ball. So here's a sample of staying on your ship, rolling it at the other team, trying to knock down the pins. For my pre-K through second graders, they are told to stand the pins up right away so that their ships do not sink. So we don't want to let our ship sink, so we want to work hard together and keep those pins up. And students are also playing defense. So here's a sample of defense. You can step off of your ship with 1 foot, and we're using our hands to block the balls so that they don't hit our pins. We're also working on catching. We always talk about ready hands. So our hands are ready to catch the ball as it comes to your ship. So this is something it's very important to review ready hands. In all sports, catching is a very important skill. And I know this is a funny picture. I show this to my students because I want them to know they need to have their hands up and ready. There's lots of balls. We, of course, use the foam balls. They're not too hard, but we want to make sure our hands are up and ready to catch. The scooter lifeboats, these are a fun job for the students, and the job of the scooter lifeboats is to go into the water and collect the balls. You can bring them back to your ship and use them for yourself, like this, or you can help out your teammates, which is what a lot of our students love to do. They love to collect the balls and then bring them back to their teammates. Now, make sure that the students know if you're on a scooter lifeboat, you are not allowed to go to other ships and knock down their pins. That is not fair. They can only throw the balls from their ship to knock down the pins. I also tell the students if they want to take a water break, get on a lifeboat, go to the water table, or go to the drinking fountain. Students can also simply reach into the water if they need to get a ball. They do not have to ride on a scooter. And of course, there's going to be balls coming and flying at their ship throughout the whole game, so they're working on catching. They can stretch out. They like to lay down and reach out into the water. It's fun and exciting for them. And my older students, I show them these pictures of a human chain. I don't really take time to tell my younger students about this, but if they want to, they can make a human chain. They can reach out into the water to get the ball, but don't let go of your teammates. Bring them back to your ship safely. Some students even like to lay down and they just like the challenge of reaching out to get the ball. I remind them this is not a game where we're kicking the balls, so that's not allowed. And of course, we cannot snatch balls from other people. We're only taking the balls out of the water. And I remind them that they have to follow the rules, otherwise, they have a timeout from the game. Now, here's what I do with my 3rd through 5th graders. We do competitions. So, in these games with my older students, they're not standing their pins back up. If a pin gets knocked down for any reason, it stays down. And then, if all of their pins are knocked over, their whole ship sinks. This is an option. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. I use bean bags as treasure, and each ship has their own treasure chest. So if you knock down, if you sink a ship, so if you get their last pin down, then you get to earn a piece of treasure to put in your treasure chest. So if the purple team sinks the yellow ship, the purple team will get a beanbag treasure. You can also give out bonus treasure. So if you want to stop the game to tell them something, you blow the whistle. Whichever teams stop quickly can earn treasure. And then whichever teams are ready again quickly, you can give them bonus treasure. Or maybe you want to give out bonuses for teams who are doing a great job using teamwork and cooperating and playing nicely. So that's a fun option. So if your ship sinks, we don't want the whole game to stop. I like this game because it's continuous. You could keep on playing until your class period is over. So if a ship sinks completely, then the whole team has to go and do 10 exercises. Sometimes I'll call this the bottom of the ocean. You got to sink to the bottom of the ocean, do 10 exercises as a team, and then come back and reset your pins. So this is part of a good teamwork, cooperating together. They can pick which exercise to do, push-ups, jumping jacks, sit-ups, anything that they want to do. And the other ships have to let that ship reset. They cannot be throwing balls at them as they are resetting their ship. And this is just my reminder. We stop when I blow the whistle at the end of the game and we clean up nicely, carry the balls, and then we reset our ships like this so that it's ready for the next class. I always review good sportsmanship, playing fair, following the rules, being respectful. And this is just a picture of how we get ready for the game. And thanks for watching.